pop on here. It's kind of dark. My light went out above my desk. And so, anyway, just wanted to get on here and talk for a few about this week and what's coming up this weekend. Yes, and cover a few devotionals if anybody's interested. I mean, you can always turn it off if you're not interested. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. Okay, so anyway. I hope each and every one of you are having a great day. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend coming up. My battery's low. I don't know if it's going to do it. Anyway, we're going to try. Also, I got a few things planned this weekend. Not really much. Of course, our Sundays. I am going to try to record a little bit of that. Oh, man. I'm going to do what I was talking about doing last week, which I still haven't even posted the video. I've got about 4 or 5 videos I haven't even posted yet. And I kind of got hung up on my nephew's birthday because he's so spectacular and he's so important in my life that I'm just we've had a lot going on also within our family and just some friends. And anyway, there's just points and times where it just is what it is. So I don't think that I did any devotionals this week. And I will tell you why I'm going back. This book, and if you can get your hands on it, it is Jesus Calling. It is by far the best devotional book I've ever come across. And I've come across a lot, within my my walk. And for anybody just coming on from Twitter or Facebook or Instagram that know me, I've been doing videos for a while now, and I haven't really been pushing them heavily. I'm not consistent enough, I guess, to feel like I'm pushing them like I could. But then again, I'm kind of just letting God reach out to those and bring them to my videos as needed. Because it's all about my walk with Christ. I do have a few adventure videos coming up that is just going to be strictly like history type, old antebellum homes. I'm going to try to get with some of the people here in Florence. We've got the WC Handy Fest coming up, which WC Handy, I'm really not 100% sure of exactly who he is, but evidently he's big. He's big around these parts. And they've actually got his old house, which is just right down the street, and they have a big festival in town. I want to say it's like one of the first settlers, but I probably sound stupid. I'm not even going to try to say what I think he is because I'm not sure. But anyway, so this book, let's get back to this. Squirrel. This book is extraordinary. It has changed my life in so many ways. And my YouTube channel to be my motivation to get on here every single day like I should and do a devotional instead of like now I'm waiting this end of the week and do it all at once, which is kind of a lot in one video, but it is what it is. So I want to go back to, I say let's go back to Sunday, because Sunday was such a great day last week. Like, I'm so exhausted. If anybody on here knows anything about Faith Kids, which is a kids ministry group that I'm in with my church, and we get up in the mornings and we dance, we worship. We have one worship song. And they pick a winner, boy, girl side, whoever was, participating more or whatever, dancing along with us. And then we do another worship song. And then we go into our game, and then we have, Anyway, it's a structured settlement type thing. But these dances, are so intense, and I completely feel like the fat girl on stage. And so I'm trying to condition myself a little bit better, which right here is so good. Do you hear me? I can't stop eating them. It's like a chip. Eat one. Or when I get stressed out, dude, no way, man. just go straight for the donuts. Like comfort food, maybe. I don't have a cigarette anymore. I smoked for like 20 something years. And so now I go for chocolate donuts and I'm suffering on stage. Last week, we danced. It's 2 songs each service, and I did all 3 services, which I'm doing again this Sunday, which is great. I love doing all 3 services. I feel so accomplished when I do. But it literally rips my muscles in my legs, and I can hardly walk for the rest of the week. Like I am just now to the point where I'm not hurting sitting down or not moving them. When I do move them, they still hurt. But anyway, not complaining. I'm happy, completely happy, excited to what the future might hold. But anyway, okay, so I think I should go back to the 15th, and that means I'm going to read a few of these. If you're watching later on, I love you guys. I'm glad you joined. Glad you come on and heard a little word from God, because as boring as it might seem to some people, there is a message that needs to be gotten across to somebody out there suffering. I know there's a friend of mine who has been going through some things, lost his job, lost his home, and it's hard not to lose faith in the midst of these tragedies. But when stuff like this happens is when us as Christians or Christ followers, that's when we come together to help pull our brothers and sisters back towards God, instead of running and getting upset and, oh, God doesn't love me, or this is God's fault, or whatever. That's the time I believe that we should come together and try to build each other up. I think that should be done daily. That should be, I might not be the best thing that's ever happened, but I'm real and I'm honest, and yeah, anyway. So, July 15th, this is back on Sunday of last week. It says, "Do not worry about tomorrow. This is not a suggestion, but a command. I divided time into days and nights so that you would have manageable portions of life to handle. My grace is sufficient for you, but its sufficiency is for only one day at a time. When you worry about the future, you heap day upon day of troubles onto your flimsy frame. You stagger under the heavy load, which I never intended you to carry. Throw off this oppressive burden with one quick thrust of trust. Anxious thoughts meander about and crisscross in your brain, but trusting me brings you directly into my presence. As you thus affirm your faith, shackles of worry fall instantly. Enjoy my presence continually by trusting me at all times." Love it. Absolutely love it. I mean, there's always a message to be heard in this book. That's why I wanted to read these. And even though, it was for last Sunday or whatever, there's a message for somebody out there to hear. Okay, so for July 16th, which would have been Monday, self-pity is a slimy, bottomless pit. Slimy. It's bottomless. Self-pity. No pity parties. Pull up your big girl panties and get on about your way. Once you fall in, you tend to go deeper and deeper into the mire. As you slide down the slippery walls, you're well on your way to depression, and darkness is profound. Your only hope is to look up at the light of my presence shining down on you. Though my light looks dim from your perspective, deep in the pit, those rays of hope can reach you at any depth. While you focus on me and trust, you rise ever so slowly out of the abyss of despair. Finally, you can reach up and grasp my hand. I will pull you out into the light again. I will gently cleanse you, washing off the clinging mire. I will cover you with my righteousness and walk with you down the path of life. And this is truth. That's so much truth in that paragraph. So there's parts of me that I don't like telling, because I just feel like, I'm going to be judged for it. But I'm just really at a point in life where I really don't care. The only judgment that obviously matters is God's. But I come from 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, however long it was, I was in that pit. I was in despair, self-pity, depression, drugs. I couldn't find a way out. I kept grasping for God, and I guess I wasn't giving him my all. Because to be honest, choosing God's way, choosing God's path is not the easiest. It's really not. I know that it might not seem that way, or it should seem that way. It really takes a lot of work and self work to be a true child of God. Not saying that I even know that I am, but I truly believe that I am. I'm obviously not the best all the time, but it's not. I'm a sinner, Anyway, I was in a place that was so dark and so low. Like, I'm embarrassed to even tell people about it. I was telling one of my best friends about it last night, and it, just the words coming out of my mouth, I so wanted to stop. As soon as I started the conversation, I wanted to stop it and not tell her anymore, because I just felt like maybe that she wasn't gonna judge me. Maybe she should judge me. That's kind of how I felt. And it's kind of how I always felt, like maybe, oh, well, I deserve that, or, whatever and what have you. And I truly believe that in any true friendship or any true person, being real and not judging. Janelle, I love you so much. Being real and not being judgmental towards each other is all about building each other up. About yes, 3 years ago, I was in a very rough spot. It doesn't mean that tomorrow I'll be back there, but it also doesn't mean that I'm not guaranteed to not go back there again. I obviously have to work hard at my recovery and what I have in my life, the people I have in my life, the things that I watch in life, the things that I absorb in life, because I believe that what we put into us, the overflow that other people get, is just that. It's overflow. So if you're putting negative and drugs and bad people and situations and negativity all around you, if you're pouring that yourself, you're gonna secrete it. And so I'm not good at getting in my Bible each week or each day. I should. And most days I have that intention, and I don't. Life happens, and I just continue going on and have one excuse after another, or in it fall asleep, like, oh, well, I meant to, but there comes a time in life, I think, where I'm at that I need to, I'm not, I would love to have a man. I would love to get married, and I would love to have kids. That I would love it. I can't physically have kids. I would love to adopt or whatever. Hey, honey. Really, my main focus right now is working on my relationship with Christ, working on getting to know him, but not only getting to know him, but getting to know me, getting to know me through him, with him, around him, for him, just really trying to include that in almost every conversation I have every day. And it might make me a hypocrite in a lot of things, because people say, oh, well, they're a hypocrite because blah, 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 blah. They talk this and they talk that. And then, that's right, they talk this and they talk that. But then here they go home and they smoke pot, or they watch porn, or whatever. And is that right? No, it's not right. But the thing about being a human is that we're human and we're sinners. I'm a sinner. I am still sick. I will always be sick. I have a disease, literally. And I am my own worst enemy, the devil, whatever you want to call it, addiction, life, negativity in life. It's really, really hard in today's society to walk and talk the same. It's easier to doubt my salvation and my dedication than it is to walk it. When you walk it is a job. It is literally a job that you have to get up every day and work on it. You're not that great at it. I cuss. I try not to. But you let me get angry, and here it comes. I don't mean to. It's life. I'm not perfect. I'm perfect. Here today, want a mixed drink. Wishing I was at the beach with a mixed drink. That's not the answer to my questions, but that's what I wanted. And I could be a hypocrite in y'all, in anybody's eyes. It doesn't matter, because it's not about you. And I really don't care what you think. But what I'm trying to say is, as long as you know that you're working on the best possible you possible, it doesn't matter if you stumble and fall 50,000 times a day trying to be that person, so long as you get back up and keep pushing towards that goal and not let the world and the negativity and the crap that comes along with all of it get into your head. And because there's every week, at least once a day, where I question my Christianity, my relationship with Christ. I question a lot. I question a whole lot. It's hard not to. We're humans. We are humans. And it's okay. It is okay to be imperfect, because that's what Christ was called for. That's why he was sent here to suffer, is because we're sinners. We're broken. But that's okay, because of I can help somebody that's broken, and because of my being lost most of my life, I can help find those that are lost, because I know where you're at, or I've been there. I've been right next door. If I ain't been there, I've been next door. I promise you're right down the street. I mean, it's so long as you're just working on you and what you can offer others, and what you can offer your church, or what you can offer your job or your family. I don't have kids, but I'm telling you what, I pour into my brother's kids. I try. Doesn't matter. I get angry, frustrated, what have you. And I'm not perfect all the time, but my goal is to pour into others the best that I can possibly be. I'm not always the best at it. I am a sinner, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm not perfect, and I wasn't meant to be. Or actually, I was meant to be, and man kind of mess up. Anyway. Okay, so let's get back to it. Tuesday, which would have been the 17th, it says, come away with me for a while. The world with its nonstop demands, because we were just talking about that, can be put on hold. Most people put me on hold. Love you too, man. I love you so much. I'm just not reading your message, Janelle. Sorry. Everybody has false sweetie, but as long as you keep going in the right direction, you want to get there. That's right. And you know what? So long as we have good friends like you, Janelle, or all of us that call ourselves fams and this and that talk every day on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. I think that we have a job to be there for each other and to be real, and everything that I just said towards us, us as a community, as a group, should love on those, or just exuberate love. It's just have it flowing to where those around us, or those that look in on the fam, can say, hey, I want what they have. And a lot of people do, but a lot of people are lost. A lot of people, but that's where we got to, I think we just need to pray, pray for them, build each other up, one another. And I mean, I love the kids, dude. You just don't even know, like they've changed my life, and you really do. You show love, and it's shown. I mean, it's there. You can tell. I love the kids. I love pouring into, like I said, I don't have them myself, but I mean, this is our future. These kids are our future. And when I get up there and I give them a speech about Daniel, or whatever, or try to speak about all, I need to get into it myself to where I know what I'm talking about. But not only are they learning, but I'm learning too. And it's so great, because we're all growing together. And instead of us growing together as a nation, we're all divided, and we shouldn't be. And that's where I believe that, like, Twitter and all of us can come together as a family and build each other up and be a better nation for it. That's just my opinion. Whatever. Yes, they are. They really are. And they really are our future. And, if I go to a nursing home, if I make it, if God needs, to help me last that long, and I go to a nursing home, to know that I poured into these children, which are at the age, by the time I get old, some of those girls in that class, or even some of the guys, could be the ones that are taking care of me. And I want to know that I've poured into people as much as I could to get back. And it's not really a selfish thing, but God said it's okay to expect when you give to me that you expect those blessings back. And I believe that goes for everything. I don't do what I do, so somebody will wipe my hind end good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I want to know that someday somebody that takes care of me loves me as much as I love them, or, wants to pour into me as much as I tried to pour into others. I was a certified nursing assistant, and I have been for a while. And I've had this woman stuck in my head for the past few days also, and I don't know why. I think she was like 25, and she found out that her husband was cheating on her. And she tried to kill herself, and it didn't work. She ended up turning into a vegetable. And so she was like that for the rest of her life. Like, when I worked there, she'd been there like 20-something years. And I mean, she couldn't tell people when she had an itch. She couldn't tell people when she was hungry. She couldn't tell people when she was thirsty. And it breaks my heart that anybody would ever feel like they were in that situation with no way out, to just try to kill themselves. And what's sad is our kids are getting that way, we've had things going on with my 10-year-old nephew, and it just, we need to really be there to build each other up, because, we might be all that other person has. And anyway, I didn't even mean to get on that. It was on a good note, and I don't know, she's been on my mind here lately, and I really just wanted to share her story because she's been heavy on my heart, and I pray that, anybody, anybody out there, I don't want anybody that I know or watch this, or that might come across it in the future. I mean, in the future, I don't want anybody to ever think that they're alone. Like, I'm always here. You can always talk to me. Hit me up on Twitter, on here, whatever, wherever. You're never so alone to where you have to choose that route. You're never. I mean, that's not what God created us for. We're created as beautiful beings to be happy and smile and love one another. And that's what we were created for. And that's when we feel the best in those positive times, because that's what we were genuinely created for. So anyway, I was obviously meant to tell her story today. Okay. Most people put me on hold, rationalizing that someday they will find time to focus on me. But the longer they push me into the background of their lives, the harder it is for them to find me. God knows that I've done that my whole addiction, my whole teenage years, early 20 years. Yeah. You live among people who glorify busyness. They have made time a tyrant that controls their lives. Even those who know me as Savior tend to march to the tempo of the world. They have bought into the illusion that more is always better. More meetings, more programs, more activity. I have called you to follow me on a solitary path. In other words, He's called us for our individual relationships. Yes, we come together as a whole, but with Him, it is a solitary relationship. It's personal. It's very personal. Just like your father. I mean, our fathers are supposed to be. Let me put it that way. But anyway, I have called you to follow me on a solitary path, making time alone with me your highest priority and deepest joy. Not a must, but a get to. It is a pathway largely unappreciated and often despised. However, you have chosen the better thing, which will never be taken away from you. Moreover, as you walk close to me, I can bless others through you. And that's where I'm at. If I never make it any worse, if I never get married, if I never have kids, if I do die alone in a nursing home, so long as I brought hope and joy to people on the time that I have left, From the time that I started this journey to the time that God calls me home, so long as I try my best to bring to others the joy, the love, the grace, the mercy, the salvation that Christ has brought forth in me to share with others, then I've done exactly what I was called to do as a child of God. Okay, so July 18th, which would have been Wednesday. I'm nearer than you think, richly present in all your moments. You are connected to me by bonds that never can sever. However, you may sometimes feel alone because your union with me is invisible. Ask me to open your eyes so that you can find me everywhere. The more aware the more aware you are of my presence, the safer you feel. This is not some sort of escape from reality. It is tuning into to ultimate reality. I'm far more real than the world you can see, hear, and touch. Faith is the confirmation of things we do not see and the conviction of the reality. Perceiving as real fact what is not revealed to the senses. And that's pretty amazing. And I pray each and every person, God, that's watching this or comes across this video, takes the time to watch this, gets to this paragraph, God, that you will open their eyes to see what it is you have in store for each and every one of us, but mainly for them, for their solidarity relationship with you, just show and help them see the path in which to take to better serve you. In Christ's name we pray, amen. Okay, so Thursday. Bring all your feelings. Got them. Got them. Every one of them, right? Even the ones you wish you didn't have. Fear and anxiety still play. Feelings per se are not sinful, but they can be temptations to sin. Blazing missiles of fear fly at you day and night. These attacks from the evil one come at you relentlessly. Use your shield of faith to extinguish those flaming arrows. Affirm your trust in me regardless of how you feel. If you persist, your feelings will eventually fall in line with your faith. I can't read all of a sudden for some reason. Do not hide from your fear or pretend it isn't there. Anxiety that you hide is the recesses of your heart will give birth to fear of fear. A monstrous stepchild. It's kind of scary. Bring your anxieties out into the light of my presence where we can deal with them together. So you never have to do it alone. Concentrate on trusting me, and fearlessness will gradually lose its foothold within you. Just like Pastor told me when I really started this journey back a few years ago, that God will slowly but surely come into your life and take over. It doesn't happen overnight. Being human, I want what I want when I want it, and it just doesn't work like that. It takes work. It takes time. It takes getting to know you and getting to know his plans for you. It's an amazing journey, but it is work. Okay, so for today, Friday, July 20th, seek my face and you will find all that you have longed for. The deepest yearnings of your heart for is with me. I know because I designed you to desire me. Do not feel guilty about taking time to be still in my presence. You are simply responding to the tugs of divinity within you. I made you in my image, and I hid heaven in your heart. Your yearning for me is a form of homesickness. And that's really cool because that's kind of how it feels to me. Like I feel like I'm homesick. Anyway, longing for your true home in heaven. Do not be afraid to be different from other people. I will take my differences and be me happily. I'm A-okay with it. I'm A-okay with it. I'm a little bit crazy, and I like it. The path I have called you to travel is exquisitely right for you. The more closely you follow my leading, the more fully I can develop your gifts. To follow me wholeheartedly, you must relinquish your desire to please other people. Woo, I'm telling you, once that's gone, it's great. I am no longer about people pleasing. I'm only about pleasing God. However, your closeness to me will bless others by enabling you to shine brightly in this dark world. God has given each and every one of us a light in our heart. He's talking about giving us heaven. He hid heaven in our hearts, and I believe that we all have a light that we can shine so bright. There's going to be some people. That's a nice word. There's going to be some people out there that's going to hate on it. That's going to hate you. That's going to hate your happiness. That's going to hate your dedication. That's going to hate the way you look. That's going to hate the way you walk or the way you talk. There's always hate and evil and anger and stuff coming at us from every angle. And it's all about how we deal with it, and all about how we keep moving forward and keeping the best that we can be, and brush ourselves off and get back up and keep going. It's not about how many times we fall. It's about how many times we get up. It's about how many times we reach out in a day to Christ. And I'm telling you, I got to work on it myself. Challenge to each and every one of you that the next couple of weeks you get up each morning. First thing you do is pray. Just thankfulness. It doesn't have to be some big long prayer. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be Thou Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Let it be a personal relationship. Start finding that personal relationship. Challenge to each person. Challenge to each and every one of you that watches this next 5. Let's go 7. Let's go 7. Let's go Friday next week. We'll come back and we'll revisit this topic. Challenge to each and every one of you. As soon as you get up, the second you get up, and this is my challenge too, because there's days where I don't even pray at all. There's days where I'm like, dang girl, I ain't prayed in like 3 days. Where I just realize, like, whoops, I love you. I've been talking about you, but I forget to pray. I just do. It's just not it's a learned habit that I need to relearn. So anyway, challenge. I accept my own challenge for the next 7 days. I'm going to wake up each and every day and praise God. And not only that, but praise Him throughout the day. Let it be the first thing that you do and possibly the last thing you do, unless you just are super tired and pass out. But anyway, so challenge each and every one of you. I love all of you. I hope you all have a great day or great weekend. Janelle, if you don't care for me praying real quick, I'm not sure if you're still here. Are you still here? My thing doesn't show me how many people's in here. It lies to me. And Janelle must not be in here anymore. Janelle. Is anybody in here anymore? Is there anybody out there? Anybody? Nope. Okay, so if it's okay, did you just send that, or am I just not getting that? Jamie, you are still here? Jamie. Okay, so Janelle will probably come back on. I can talk a little random stuff here and there, but anyway, just let God. Cool, I'm glad you're still here. Just kind of let God take over and use me as His vessel, which sometimes makes me look like a blumbering idiot. I get to bawling, squalling. I'm such a girl. So anyway, Janelle's got surgery in 5 days on her back, and just if it's okay with everybody, just say a quick prayer over her. God, just put healing hands on her for each and every one of those that are out there hurting. God, be there with our surgeons as they do our surgery, and just give them clarity. God, let them get up that morning and be clear minded, and put healing in their hands, and let their sharpness and with it, let just help them, God, guide them, and guide her healing, help her with a speedy recovery, Lord, and just let her know that we love her and we praise over her, God, and she's such a blessing in my life, and around her, and Becca, and just all of them. I love the entire family, and God, just continue to help us grow as friends, as a fam nation. Help us to be there for each other and love one another, and help us to persevere. God, help us to build each other up, each and every person out there. Help keep guiding each and every one of us women, not to leave you guys out, but just each and every one of us women to build each other up. It's so important, God. I know as a woman, our confidence fails drastically, but when we have another woman and will build us in who we are and what we are, and not what we can do for them. Just help each and every one of us to get to that point, to be that for someone else, and to have that in our lives, God. Continue to working on each and every one of us, God, to use us as your vessels. I want to be all that I can be for you, for my walk with Christ, for shining my light. God, help me to shine that light. Help me to show that piece of heaven that you hid in my heart, God, that you talked about. Help me to show that to others. Help them to see what joy and mercy and grace you brought to me just by participating, just by showing up, just by loving you, just by giving my undivided attention and faith to you, God, that you should use me, and know that I will be okay. To trust that my YouTube videos will touch each and every person, God, that it's supposed to. And for those that it don't, God, I'm hoping that maybe it will open each and every heart that might be watching this, God, to receive this message. Let these seeds fall on good soil, just like we say with these kids, and watch over kids ministry all around the world, God, because they are our future. We need more godly people. We need more godly people in this world, each and every day. God, thank you so much for the clarity you brought to me, the spiritual awakening you have brought into my life. I praise you, God. I love you. I thank you. I stand at the foot of the cross, Lord, and I lay my heart and my burdens, my anger, my pain. I lay it all at your feet, God, and I walk away. I walk away shining that light inside. In Jesus' sweet name, I pray. Amen. I know that was kind of long. But I just wanted to pray with you guys. It's kind of something that I thought about wanting to start doing. And it is something I'm going to start doing. So, anyway, I love you all. I've got a few more videos coming out. Probably, I need to try to do them before I leave here today, but it's probably not going to happen because my boss should be here any minute. And it's about quitting time. So, but I love you all. I've been on here almost 40 minutes. If you did make it to the end of this, I appreciate you. I promise that I don't talk just to hear myself speak. I talk because I want someone out there to receive the love and the grace and the mercy that God has shown me through others. And I might not know what I'm talking about to a lot of people. I might sound like an idiot to a lot of people. I know that there's a lot of family that criticize me for doing videos, that I don't need to be putting my business out there. And it's not about my business. It's not about what you think. It's not about what I think. It's not about how I feel. It's about what God has in store, and the task that God has at hand. And I'm willing and ready to be a vessel. I'm going to get off of here and actually practice my songs. And I might get some videos out this weekend. I don't know. Better at the top of the hill and go live again. And just have a week's worth of videos built back up. I love each and every one of you. I hope you all have a great weekend. Please be safe. If you drink, don't drive. If you get to a friend's house and you get a buzz, stay there, be safe. Hopefully you won't be out getting drunk. But if you do, I'm just saying, if you do, just watch over us all, God. We love you. Each and every one of you. I love you all so much for your support and your love. And I'm here if you need anything. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Baby.